the brotherhood of the lawmakers. If we were to make single motherhood against the law, it would push women to be like, oh shit, I can't have a new baby because of A, B, and C. I'll get fined or it's against the law for whatever the reason the law is. I'm not saying a woman is going to go to prison, but single motherhood becomes against the law. That makes women to feel like, oh shit, if I want to have a child, I have to be married or there's going to be some type of problem in my life. Now, women will no longer be running around with their ass out because their number one jobs, because they want a child, most women want a child, is to find a husband. And now they will start appearing and coming out looking a little bit more virtuous, more wife-like, because the only way they can have a baby lawfully is to actually get married. And of course, on the other side, change the marriage laws where it won't be so advantageous for women to just do stupid shit and just ruin a man's life by taking half of the shit. That is an actual problem that would it'll fix all that shit.
I
don't understand.
I'll say this though. If you're gonna start out with a
right there. That don't even make sense to me. Or when you got Cardi B and Offset right there. Cardi B done had, nips, slips, and everything, and Offset that even posted her butt online. I don't understand
how they're still married though. They're still better than the rest of us. They're still married.
When you got
they're still married.
Her husband who done posted her butt. Her boyfriend. What I'm saying,
it's somebody else's butt though.
Listen, what I'm
saying.
It's
her husband's butt.
Listen what I'm saying, right? There are still women who are encouraged to do those very things, regardless if they're married or not. So what you're saying
is if the law stopped that encouragement, women will no longer encourage it because they would have a problem with the law.
The women that I named all were encouraged by a man.
That'll never happen, Mr. Lego, because you all can't stop child support laws. So how are you going to stop women from becoming single mothers? That's good to talk about, but you all
no. If there's a new law that actually made single motherhood, if you have a baby and there's nobody to sign the birth certificate, and there's some type of problem that incurs in her life, whether it's a tax fine or whether it's something, she won't do it. It's just like getting a ticket. We all speed, right?
Right, but
you don't want to get a ticket. And if you turn around and get a ticket that is $1,000, you ain't gonna speed no damn more. The reason why people still speed, hold on. The reason why people still speed is because speeding tickets aren't as expensive. But if they start making speeding tickets $1,000 or $1,500, nobody will speed. That's all you have to do. I'm not saying put a woman in prison. If you make single motherhood against the law, women will be a lot more, not just a little bit more, a lot more understanding of what they can do to themselves by just sleeping with a random dude or just walking around showing her ass, trying to get somebody, give them a damn baby.
But as
so
Marcus
if we're gonna come up with a solution, right? We have to realize where the problem.
Hold on.
Yeah, we got some people talking. And then child support and single motherhood was predominantly made for white women. Black women just happen to benefit from it. So you talk about your ass.
Let Trev talk. I get it. Trev.
Yeah. So if we're gonna come up with a solution for it, we have to realize where the problem originates from, right? Where did this start? Where did we really stop having this to be a reward? We know feminism started out in 1848, but now it's something different. It's a complete perversion of what feminism used to be. We no longer shame women for sex. Like now women are sexually liberated. And let's keep it real. Women are the gatekeepers to sex. If men are left to their own devices, we are out here on a rampage. That's just facts. So it's up to the women to actually govern sex, right? No matter how you spin it. And because it is promoted, you have films like Sex and the City, just depicting sex over and over and over. It's the culture now. They're supposed to just be out here with everybody and do what it is that they want to do all the time. And there's no government, like Let Go was saying. There's no governing. There's no governing it right now. It's completely out of control. And at the very least, we could shame this behavior. There has to be some form of consequence, whether it's
Or
legislative or something in the way. If we police ourselves somehow, we have to have some type of a consequence for this type of behavior. It is what it is. The other thing I wanted to address was that I feel like with some of the points earlier, black women in particular were getting like a bad rap, like it's just them. And I can inform you as a former Snow Bunny slayer that they give probably the least resistance possible. So like we can't say, and there's in other cultures too, right? Anyone who is under the westernized civilization, I would say that Western for sure, right? Western culture is different. When you start going to the East, it's different. People can't even show themselves. It's unlawful in a lot of places to even expose yourself. So that's kind of what Leco's referring to as well. You can't do it. But because we are the land of the free, we can do everything here and just promote it. And let's keep it real. It sells. Sex sells, right? If you have a bunch of females, let's just take tonight. The more women who have their cleavage out, the more views you probably get. That's just what it is. Women don't even have to offer value half the time. All they have to do is offer beauty. If you offer value, that's great. But sometimes you don't have to. You can just simply offer beauty because men value sex so much that you can do that. And now we found ways to monetize it, glorify it, exploit it. There's so many different things that are wrong with it. Sex is now a utility. And women have complete control over it because it's extremely difficult for a man to monetize sex unless he is utilizing women.
I was going to say that, you have OnlyFans, right? You have OnlyFans where I was watching Kendra G's show the other day, a clip or scrolling through Instagram. And, she asked the girl her name and what she did. And she's like, oh, I'm on OnlyFans. It's like you on Kendra G's show trying to find a man, but you're on OnlyFans. Like you probably have plenty of men. Like, you know what I mean? So at that point, she's not looking for a man. She's just looking for more OnlyFans. So, when you have platforms where you can draw that audience in, it kind of makes it hard to imagine what the woman is like or what she looks like when you just see it for whatever the membership is. Like everyone was saying, back in the day, you used to have to stay up late. I know in my household it was blocked. It was all that stuff was blocked. Internet was blocked. I'll continue to say we have a parenting problem. You want to know what we could do better. We have a parenting problem. We have people that don't fear God. When you can walk around and just have your body parts out with no reverence for yourself and no reverence for your family or your father's last name or anything like that, that means you don't fear anyone. You don't fear your parents. You don't fear God. You're just out here on your own merit. And honestly, that attention that it brings is not going to be good attention, which means you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. So at the end of the day, if you don't have any substance and you just out here showing your body parts and you feel like that's where your value comes from, then sex is not even the reward. It's not even a reward anymore.